Hello, everybody. I'm Paul. This is Alex. We're here
Good
tonight.
job not messing it up this time.
Yeah, I know. It's like it makes me like one for
like
I think we're
4
one
or
for
5,
four
I
or
think,
whatever.
now.
And it was, we're doing a couch crew review of X-Men
Days of Future
Past. So first, we're just gonna get some overall general thoughts about the movie. Alex, what'd you think?
I was pleasantly surprised by how good it was. I was not expecting much because the past few X-Men, besides First Class, the past few X-Men's have not been terribly good. So, I mean, Wolverine was pretty good. I mean, it was fine.
The Wolverine, like the first half, was pretty good. I thought,
and then it kind of they had Viper come into the story, and it was kind of just like.
And then the return of a guy that you thought was dead, but not in like a.
Yeah. And then First Class was a good movie. I liked First Class.
Honestly, since like the first X-Men movie, which in my opinion hasn't exactly aged.
X2 was pretty good.
X1 and X2 were pretty good, but they haven't exactly aged as well. Like First Class might in some ways be my favorite of the series.
I agree with that. X-Men 3 Origins.
Or like
Origins
and 3 were just bleh.
Like never. I won't even get into my problems, but with those, this movie I was pleasantly surprised because I had pretty low expectations going in. So,
and I think it should be fair to say like this. Some people would describe this as kind of a prequel and sequel to the
two timelines.
It's a way to kind of mesh up the two timelines and create something new. With going into the past and changing it, but I think in a lot of ways you could just say it's a sequel to First Class.
I agree
because it focuses
honestly,
so much more
I think it's kind of a sequel to X3.
Well, it depends on what they're gonna do next.
I agree with that.
Because they might do like an X-Men second class.
The only reason I say that is because the whole frame was in 2020 or whatever.
Yeah, the frame was there, but so much of the action took place back in 73.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yep.
I'm with Alex. Like I thought this was pretty good X-Men movie.
Yeah.
It's not a bomb. Like I was so scared going into this that I was gonna hate it, but it was overall pretty decent.
Yeah, I agree.
So Alex, what performances really stood out?
You gotta love that Jennifer Lawrence, Paul. Just like gotta love that Jennifer Lawrence. That was for you, Lance, if you can hear me.
That was for you, Lance. Anyway, so Jennifer Lawrence, she was great. She actually had probably, other than one or two other characters...
Other than James McAvoy, I thought her arc was the best.
Yeah. So, as Mystique, or... Actually,
Raven.
We might even be able to call her Raven at this point. Jennifer Lawrence does a great job, kind of... She decided to go with Magneto at the end of First Class, but here she's still trying to figure out whether she's really committed.
She's still caught in the middle.
She's still caught in the middle. She wants to know if like she really should just go full out kill humans, or if she should really still try and find peace. So she was really good. I thought,
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
He.
Oh God, James McAvoy. Like, yeah.
I don't even really know what to say other than he went from being a good-hearted guy in First Class to getting paralyzed at the end of First Class to becoming a piece of shit.
He is a bitter piece of shit at the beginning
honestly,
of this film.
I don't know if you got this from his character, but there are some pretty good knocks on drug users in that. People who are addicted.
Yeah, I mean, he's supposedly he's not doing like heroin or anything, but
the drug he's using is one that fixes his spine, but at the same time makes his mutant powers go away.
Essentially,
it's the serum from the first movie or First Class that Beast uses, except he's refined it.
He's refined it. I think it's more just like changing his DNA to put it to a template of a regular normal person.
Well, it's
kind of.
Yeah, it's remember in First Class he uses Mystique's DNA to try to cure his.
Yeah, and then it doesn't work.
Yeah, he's used that formula and refined it to make it, and that's why he's not full on Beast the whole movie.
Right. Beast was actually also.
I actually liked
him a lot.
Yeah.
He doesn't get a ton of screen time, but he has a couple funny moments, and I think of all the characters to take from First Class that weren't Mystique, Magneto, and Professor X. I think Beast was actually a really good one to go with.
Sure.
I really liked. I don't know who plays him, but Quicksilver's in this movie.
Evan Peters, I think his name
Evan
is.
Peters.
Peters. I think that's his name.
The scenes with him are actually just really funny.
Granted, there's really only like 15 minutes of him in the movie.
Yeah. But it's one of the things I didn't like about the movie is they use him. He has some really good scenes, and then he just like leaves.
Yeah, I wish they would have, especially since, and I wonder if they did this but cut it out for time or something. But since it the climax took place in D.C. and he lives just outside of D.C., I was sure he was going to come in to do something.
Right, but he doesn't. He just kind of leaves and he's dropped by the wayside.
You see him watching TV about what's happening. That's it.
Also, I have to give Ian McKellen. I thought he was going to do more than he did in this movie, so I can't really say that was great. But
I wasn't really expecting more.
But Patrick Stewart, I still thought was. He had a nice play with James McAvoy in a certain scene.
But that scene in the middle was pretty good.
But anyway,
anytime Patrick Stewart speaks, it's always going to be good stuff. So
yeah, Patrick Stewart, just lovely voice, great actor. I've never seen anything with him in it that I just haven't liked. Yeah. One of the things, this is kind of odd to say on a characterization note, I'm really glad that there's a ton of different mutants that are in this movie. I'm glad that they just kind of let most of them just be cameos and not deal with it, because that would have gotten just so out of hand so quick.
Well, this movie really wasn't for characterization anyway.
No.
It was very plot driven.
It was very plot driven, and
which is fine. They did it fine.
And it's good that it now, since it does, it pulled a Star Trek 2009, and now it's kind of rebooted the series.
Sure.
From here on out.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's really a spoiler, because everyone thought that's what they were going to do anyway.
They have pretty much come out and said that this is so we can make more X-Men movies.
Yeah, but it works. I mean, it's a good plot. I was really kind of pissed with the guy that ended up playing Trask. He just wasn't
Peter Dinklage.
He's good in the scenes he's in, but I just thought he was underutilized, really. And his reasoning for hating mutants is just kind of...
Well, see, this is terrible for me to say, but I'll say it anyway. Just one of the questions I had was the guy... Never mind.
Well, he's gonna play the midget card.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I'm sorry to say it this way, but is the guy a midget in the comics? Not that it makes that much of a difference. It's just.
I actually thought it would have been interesting if they'd use that and he'd be like, me as a, or what's the technical term nowadays? Midget's kind of out. It's
little person.
Little person.
Yeah.
As a little person, people have made fun of me, but it's been kind of a unifying force when people are giving me crap. So that.
See, Peter Dinklage is a really good actor.
He's a really good actor.
I was pissed that they didn't use him better.
But if he had said that, and then having other people united against me, that's what I want regular humans to do against mutants, and that'll bring them together. Because that's the logic he uses in the film.
Yeah, it is.
That would have actually made sense.
Especially in terms of the war that was just going on, the Vietnam War. His big thing was, well, let's never let that happen again.
Yeah. But anyways, so I like most of the characters. I didn't think anyone gave a bad performance that was in it.
I didn't think anybody gave a particularly good performance either, though.
The one I will have to say is, Hugh Jackman, I was expecting him to actually be more important in that film.
Yeah.
But he's actually just...
He kind of just sits there. His role in the movie was, this is what's happening, don't fuck up.
Yeah. He's the messenger, and that's pretty much it.
That's all he is.
But that's, I was so thankful that they didn't try and make it all about Hugh Jackman.
I know. Like they've done in the past.
Like they have done in the past.
With, like, every X-Men movie there is.
So...
Besides First Class.
So, thank you, Fox. What did you think of, like, all the other stuff? Like, the cinematography, music, all that?
For music... I won't say I was impressed, because I didn't think any of it was that memorable. I mean, it fit well. It was your typical... action movie music.
My big thing about this movie, and this goes into the direction, this goes into the music, is just it doesn't really like it's not bad by any means, but it doesn't really excel at anything.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing that really like jumps out at me like this is amazing.
There was one thing or one scene that I thought was really, really well done in terms of cinematography and special effects, and that was Quicksilver.
That was the Quicksilver scene, which was like honestly, his character could have been thrown out. The movie wouldn't have been that.
Well, sure, but that was just cool.
But really great.
Like
scene.
the part where he just pokes the guy's cheek.
Yeah, he just pokes the guy's cheek for the hell of it. Just
eat
some like creme brulee or whatever. Who knows?
Yeah.
What up? Yeah. Overall, I mean, I guess can we just go to closing comments?
No, that's fine. Whatever.
Overall, like I enjoy the movie. I'm glad that I paid the.
I was satisfied paying $11 for it.
Unfortunately, since I used Fandango, it was like $13.
Why?
It's like $11.75 and then a $1.25 convenience fee. Anyways,
Jeez.
I was okay paying that at the end of the day. It was decent action. There were some things I wish they had done more. I wish they had focused more on the future. I thought that was like a really rushed.
But there was so much going on. I think it was really hard for them to.
Like it wasn't going to be perfect.
No.
But the fact that it doesn't really excel at anything particular, and because I think that they could have gone further with some characterization in some areas, it really keeps me from giving it like a great grade. So I'd give it like a good 7 out of 10.
I'd give it 7.5, 8. Somewhere, not 8, like 7.5. It was good. I would recommend it. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, that was our review of X-Men: Days of Future Past.
If you're debating between seeing this and Godzilla, which came out last week, see this instead.
Like we,
we'll do a separate review for Godzilla after this one.
Oh, the more I think of that movie, that's just a bomb. Sorry, like
maybe we won't do a review then.
Sorry,
see this one if you're picking between the two movies. See X-Men.
Definitely see X-Men.
It's better.
Anyways, please comment. We'll definitely probably respond.
Rate, subscribe,
all that stuff.
Thanks for watching.
And we will see you next time on Couch Crew Review.